My next guest worked with MyMelbourne for years and years, and everyone in the TV, radio, music industry just absolutely loves her. And for those who happen to see the Logies on Sunday night, we all love Molly too. Now, it would have taken something very serious to make her move on, and sadly something serious has made her move on, her son Maxi. I'm joined on the line by Yale Con. How are you, Yale?
Good morning, Glenn. How are you?
Look,
Thanks for having me on your show.
No, good to catch up with you. We haven't talked for a while, and in the midst of it all, Molly decided to put the decorations up and have a fall and all.
Oh, yes, that was a doozy. But how amazing has his recovery been? It's just been incredible. I still can't believe it. When I see him, I just still hug him real tight.
Yeah, you were, I hope, gently tight, though.
Yeah, gently tight.
You were by his side at that stage, and on Sunday night he did mention his gratitude to people at the outfit and the doctors and all that sort of thing who did an amazing job. But it was touch and go there for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think everybody in Australia didn't think he was going to make it for a minute there, and I especially didn't think so when I saw him, lying down in hospital like that. But it's a miracle. He's with us and he's well and he's recovered so well. He was so sharp the other night at the Logies. And, he obviously did the usual Mollyisms, which only Molly gets away with. But, he's been fantastic. And when it comes to Maxi, he's been just the best support. Even with the Good Friday appeal on Channel 7, he mentioned how firsthand now he's been experiencing, visiting the hospital with Maxi and how wonderful, he's just been a great support. Him and his brother Brian, I have to say, very good.
Yeah,
we know them both.
We could chat for ages about Molly and get some of the stories, some of which we'd be pleased to hear, some maybe not, and maybe some you wouldn't tell us anyhow, which is the way to go. But I do want to talk about Maxi because you love Molly dearly. You've been by his side for so long. You did have to move on, and that was because of your little boy, who was a beautiful little boy. Just tell us the situation. What's happening at the moment, yeah?
Yes, my son Maxi is 2 now, and he's sadly he's undiagnosed. He's got a rare condition, and unfortunately no doctor, and they are very fine doctors here in Australia and at the Children's Hospital who look after him. Even though they are world class, they've never seen this before. So sadly, what Maxi has presented with, which began with an eye tumour, and then keeps surprising us with all sorts of new other symptoms, from high blood pressure to sudden weight gain and gross motor skill issues. He's reverted in his gross motor skills. So we're basically battling the unknown at the moment. So I hope that was a good picture of what's going on, but it is very complex. But there is a simple reason why I'm going out there and sharing our stories, because we want to know what's wrong with him. We can't accept it.
It almost sounds like an episode of House to a degree, doesn't it?
Maybe. I never really got into the medical shows, to be honest. I never really knew a thing about anything to do with hospitals until Maxi and Molly. And now I'm almost, a bit of an expert myself. But, yeah, I never could stomach those shows myself.
You're an expert at it. The House is based around where someone has a disease or whatever, and no one can quite fathom what's happening there, and the medical side work around coming up with a solution. They always do, and let's hope that's the case with Maxi. But to think it actually happens in real life, and that was the thing which hit me. I thought, gosh, this really does happen. So what processes do the medical fraternity do in real life and go through in a situation like Maxi, yeah?
Well, can I just add, Maxi is definitely unique in his situation. However, it is a common issue to be undiagnosed or have a rare disease. There are 400,000 kids in Australia with rare or undiagnosed conditions, 2 million adults. So it's not an uncommon problem. And the process is that depending on, I guess, what the problem is, in Maxi's case, he has 15 specialists from different fields. And these are teams of amazing specialists. Being at the Children's Hospital, it's a teaching hospital. There's a lot of researchers and minds that come together, and they try and work on the problem. But, until you can hang your hat on what something is, you cannot treat it. So,
how old was Maxi when you first realised there was an issue?
Well, I was breastfeeding him when he was 9 months old, and I looked and I saw something in his eye, and it turned out to be a tumour. And thankfully, we fought the tumour. We had a fantastic ophthalmologist, Dr. Wendy Marshman, who realised straight away it had to be gotten rid of, and it took us about 9 months to tackle it, but we fought it. And it's given us strength to fight everything this disease presents us with, because we have won a couple of battles. But, in the meantime, he has got lesions in his brain, and that's obviously as a parent, my biggest fear. I don't want them to become aggressive or ruin his life. And until a doctor can tell me what they are, they can't treat them. So that's why I want to tell the world, because maybe, just maybe, there could be someone in Sweden or Norway or somewhere writing a paper about this right now.
Yeah, the beauty of the internet. How's Maxi going with it all?
He is such a wonderful, well, I've got rose-coloured glasses, of course, but he's a very brave boy. He's very happy. He doesn't know any different. When he gets tired, he just, joins in other ways. If he can't, keep up with the other kids, he'll just sit back and have a laugh. He's not one to, look about what he can't do. And he really, he charms all the doctors and nurses. He's very happy to, get all the attention when he's at the hospital. So, yeah, he's a very happy child. But in general, he suffers from knocks and falls, and he's very fatigued, and he does get frustrated from this. And there are many, difficulties that go with someone that's so big, that's his age, because he cannot sit in a normal car seat.
Yeah.
The issues are quite a lot, but the main issue I have with the community is I want to find what's wrong with him.
Does anyone else have similar situations? If you can help, Yale has set up a website. It's called What's Wrong with Maxi, Maxi. So What's Wrong with Maxi, all one word, .com. Send it to people you know, get it around the world, and let's see if we can't get some info. Yale, you're always a beautiful lady and a positive lady, and that you must be tested at the moment, but gosh, you're sounding on top of the world and really buoyant, and that's fantastic.
I'm very rich in many ways. I have good people in my life. I have a good family, and I love my children. It's nothing to be sad about. It's a positive thing. We've got a challenge, and we're working on it. And I'm bringing the world into it.
Good.
That's a good story. It's
I have
a one.
Firm belief good people attract good people, Yale. So
thank you.
Look, we wish you well. Our love is with you, and little Maxi as well. And we'll keep in touch as well if you don't mind, just to see how you're going.
Thank you. We'd love to.
If anyone can help, that website is what'swrongwithmaxi.com, Maxi. Check it out. Yale, you keep smiling, and as I say, all our love's with you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and thanks to your listeners.
Pleasure. Thanks very much, Yale. Yale Con, former PA to Molly Meldrum, a battle of her life and her son's life, Maxi, at the moment. And, gosh, how lucky are we? But for the grace of God go I. But that website is what'swrongwithmaxi.com.